back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my whole wide world. In this live stream, a look back on the documents of Resident Evil Village. So have yourself a chill sandwich as I read these documents, but more importantly, and as always, enjoy the live stream. So the first document is just fascinating, the best document in the whole game. The Fridge Memo. What does Rose Winters like to eat? Let's find out. And hello to my first and lovely viewer. Welcome back to Green Hill Gaming. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoy this live stream where I am going back over the documents, starting with this amazing document here. 6th, rice cereal banana puree. 7th, sweet potato puree, boiled spinach and cream. Eaton, don't give her any sugar or honey, and no mushrooms. Eaton's diary, February 6, 2021. Mia and I had another fight. I accidentally mentioned what happened 3 years ago, and she blew up at me. We finally settled down in our new life in Europe and can bring Rose up properly. But I still feel like a part of me is trapped in that hellhole back in Louisiana. I know Mia doesn't like to talk about it, but can we really just forget everything and pretend it didn't happen? Shouldn't we face what happened there so we can live our lives with Rose without it hanging over our heads? We owe her that much at least. I know Mia knows this too. She wouldn't have exploded like that at the hospital if she didn't care. Medical checkup report. Name Rosemary Winters. Date of birth 2nd of August 2020. Height, September, sorry, what am I saying? Height 62.3 centimeters. Weight 6.57 kg. Screenings. Hearing, vision, touch, reflex test. All results show no issues. Patient is in good health. Other notes. Results for additional fungal pathogen tests will be provided by the BSAA, Applefield Memorial Hospital. So Rose Winters was being tested for the fungal pathogen, which she clearly has in her body. The BSAA were the people responsible for providing those results. Mission objectives: eliminate the target, recover body, secure Rosemary Winters and Eaton Winters. Move the 2 Winterses to Site C for further investigation. At least 2 transport officers to accompany them. Scribbled note: O great lichens, the fabled monsters, wolves of old, may they come and eat our flesh, may they come to tear us apart. Goats of warding placard. We offer these goats of warding to protect the village and its people. Any who break them shall feel Mother Miranda's wrath. Guest book. Now this is interesting because my good buddy Damien Sewell, shout out to Damien, made me aware of this particular document here, pointing out that the male and 3 females could quite possibly, and more than likely are, Daniela, Cassandra, and Bella, as well as Heisenberg. So interesting stuff. So again, shout out to Damien, and nice one for making me aware of that actually. So January 5th, Rednick, delivery of 1 male, who is more than likely Heisenberg, 3 females, who are more than likely Bella, Cassandra, and Daniela, the 3 daughters of Lady Dimitrescu. January 28th, Mother Miranda, meeting with Mistress Dimitrescu. February 1st, the Duke, business discussions. What's he discussing? How to get more food. The Labyrinths. Norsh's Labyrinths. A craftsman of the late 19th century, Norsh was branded a heretic in his homeland. He wandered the lands until he settled in a remote village. Norsh then created the labyrinths, the water wheel, and the iron tower. Upon their completion, he put a gun to his temple and took his own life. The labyrinths. Oh, sorry, same thing. Each labyrinth is unique and requires its own specially crafted metal ball to operate. Each one contains crystallized human remains, which are said to be Narsh's 4 beloved wives. The labyrinths are their graves. Winemaking history. The winemaking techniques of Castle Dimitrescu can be traced as far back as the 15th century, long before the current occupants of the castle. Lycia de Dimitrescu uses this legendary yet peculiar technique to enrich the wine's flavour, intensity, and bestow it with a thick bouquet. Her best vintage is Sanguis Virginis, meaning maiden's blood. It is kept in a special ornate bottle decorated with intricate silver flowers. A Maid's Diary, June 9th, 1958. It was my first day working in the castle today. I was most shocked to see the other staff were all women. The mistress and her daughters were very adamant they wouldn't bite. It was quite peculiar. June 23rd, 1958. It's been 2 weeks since I started working at the castle, and I'm a little afraid. Another maid, Adelia, made a mistake, and Miss Daniela slashed her face with a knife. And at night, I can hear wailing as if ghosts roam the halls. I want to go home. July 8th, 1950. I don't know what to do. The young ladies were complaining it was too hot and stuffy during dinner, so I opened the window just a crack. Shut it now. They all shrieked at me with unison. I figure I may be taken down into the cellar, never to be seen again. I don't know what to do. Treatment candidates. This is where it gets interesting, right? Candidates: Irina, Mahalia, Louise, and Ingrid. Louise could potentially be a male, and the other females, Irina, Mahalia, and Ingrid, could possibly be, well, obviously, are female. And those 3 females are probably Lady Dimitrescu's daughter, and Louis could possibly be Heisenberg. Therefore, they could actually be the 3 females and 1 male that were delivered to the castle, which again my good buddy Damien Seuss, shout out to Damien, pointed out to me earlier. Rejects: Dandru, Greta, Nadine, Camelia, Bianca, Melina, blah blah blah. Observation report: Irina, robust appetite. Mahalia, robust appetite. Louis, robust appetite. Ingrid, unstable and overly alert at times. A cook's diary. Another one was sent to the cellar. She had only spilled some soup. Everyone knows what happens when you send it to the cellar. You're never seen again. To drain your blood, your soul cursed to wander the halls. I went looking for her, and when I found her, she was just skin and bones and gnawing a rare rat cactus. I suspect it'll be my turn next. Xenia Dimitrescu's diary. We're all called by Mother Miranda to decide the fate of the child's father. Just thinking of that family meeting makes me shudder. To think I am treated like a sister to those miscreants, especially Heisenberg. That riffle-raff wouldn't know proper manners if they slapped him in the face. I would have sliced him into ribbons if Mother Miranda hadn't stopped me. Why? Why did she treat me the same as them? She gave me this castle, obedient daughters, everlasting life. Did she not? Am I not her favourite? Am I not special? Grand Chambermaid's notice. Please be aware of Mistress Lipstick is missing. I'm not going to read documents that are just not important, really. Further observations. 1 day since treatment. Now this is interesting. The 3 girls have stopped moving. I remember there was 3 females delivered to the castle, and they were candidates for treatment. The 3 girls have stopped moving. They seem almost dead. An insect flew out of the eldest's mouth. It appears to be a common fly. 2 days since treatment. All 3 bodies are covered in flies. It appears the flies are consuming their flesh. When I opened the window, some of the flies dropped dead to the floor. It would seem the cold petrifies them. I quickly closed the window to avoid weakening the insects further. 4 days since treatment. All 3 bodies are almost being completely consumed by the insects. All that is left is a dark, withering, human-shaped mass of creatures. It is just afternoon, and the insects have started to change colour. Those around the face turn pale, and those around the lips turn a deep crimson. Further observation: 6 days since treatment. The massive insects have transformed into human bodies again. All 3 girls awoke, looking at me like newborns. I sense a bond between us, like mother and daughters. I have decided their names. Bella, Daniela, and Cassandra. So she renamed those 3 females. So obviously those 3 females, as Damien and Sewell pointed out, are the females that were delivered to the castle by Lady Demetresque and renamed and injected with what would appear to be the cadio, which we'll find out later on. Insect Observation Journal. Scientific name none, size 5 to 6 centimeters. Similar body structure to blowflies, although there were differences in the head. They are carnivorous and vigorously consume meat. In order to catch unsuspecting prey, they'll gather using pheromones to mimic a human. They are produced when a cadio, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but who cares, lays eggs in its host, but the flies themselves are unable to reproduce. They are weak to sudden drops of temperature in temperature, especially if the temperature drops below 10 degrees. Their metabolism lowers and they go into a dormant cryptobiotic state, similar to the cryptobiotics of Tardigrade of on the flank. Rumors of dagger. I heard there was something called the Dagger of Death's Flower somewhere in this castle. It's apparently an antique from the Middle Ages that's quoted in concussion of poisons from across the continent. It's said to have been crafted to kill demons and monsters. It sounds fascinating, but no one knows where it is. Craftsman, no. I finished that item that was requested. Please deliver it to the house with the red chimney. Go through the caves to the ruins and down into the village. Leonardo's message. I heard a scream from the house with the red chimney. I was going to take a look, but the way was blocked by debris. Going to have to take the long way around. Who would have thought the hole in the stable walls would come in handy? If you're not back by morning, you should go to Louise's house, alone, father. Note on Luther's house. To whom it may concern. Due to the Luther's long absence, I am keeping hold. That's not important. February 1st, sacrificed 2 goats to Mother Miranda. February 3rd, offered wool to Mother Miranda. She instructed I find her a list of drugs and tools in the next few days. What for, I wonder? February 8th, no messages from Mother Miranda. Yet the livestock won't stop their ruckus. February 9th, I was instructed to take the items to the cave church at sunrise. What I saw was frightful. The great 4 lords were there, and Mother Miranda was holding a child. She whispered something and touched the child. I can't explain it well, but the child turned into a white crystal. Then I couldn't help but speak up, and I asked her, why did she do such a thing? Mother Miranda just smiled at me. This is the chosen child. She will return to her original form, no matter what befalls her. Then she gave each lord a part of the crystal in a flask, and they left. Jean's diary. I forgot to bow to Mother Miranda before I fled. I am still shaking. What does she do? What is that child? Church computer. Operation date. 2nd of the 9th, 2021. Recorded by NH, whoever he is. Arrival on site. No sign of Eaton Winters or Rose Winters. 12:10. Infiltrated the village. Engaged with number of bioweapons. Found evidence of Eaton Winters. Rose Winters location unknown. 13:10. Established base and church. Plan of operation. LBTDK9 search laboratory. NHUE analyze mold samples. Alpha infiltrate factory. Gardener's diary, November 10th, which is my birthday. Mistress Donna is now Mother Miranda's adopted daughter. In all my years, I've never been this overjoyed. Ever since childhood, she has always feared others due to the scar across her face. After her parents' death, she locked herself away and only would talk to Andrew, the doll her father met her. It's actually funny, I watched a movie last night on Netflix called Dead Silence, and it just reminds me of this. I am forever thankful to Mother Miranda's infinite compassion. November 27th, Mistress Donna seems happy. It might be my imagination, but I feel like her doll Angie is even more lively than before. She came to me in the garden today and used Angie to talk with me. We had a mighty fine conversation, something about receiving a gift of power from Mother, presumably the Giat Cadio. November 29th, Mistress Donna gave me yellow flowers and told me to plant them in the garden. I planted them in front of Miss Claudia's grave. I don't know if it was the scent of the flowers, but I felt lightheaded. Then, like a dream, I saw my departed wife. I mentioned this to Donna, and she seemed thrilled by it. She told me to go out to the house tomorrow to see her. She said I could see my family once again. I'm not sure what she means by that, but she's so kind. I can slow down a little bit now. I didn't think I'd have enough time to actually do this live stream, but I feel like I have a lot more time. so I can calm down a little bit now. That's his final treatment. The wounds are severe. I won't last much longer. I can hear it shuffling about outside. I barely flinched when I shot it. That isn't a wolf. And no, it's not a wolf. There are no wolves, werewolves, or witches in Resident Evil Village, and I hope these documents open your eyes to the realization of that. Still, I won't lie down like a dog. If I can get to the old watermill, I can stop it. I can protect you. It's so close. Damn, I'm so cold. My legs won't work. I'm so sorry, Louisa. Please forgive me. The reservoir and giant fish. Leave the boat key in the shack in the mine. Hans is dead, so no more fishing for a while. I mean, we all know his death was no accident. He was eaten by a giant fish. Boat and all. Changing the crank's not very important. Maura's diary. I'm going to call Maru's diary 1. October 1st, a sunny day. Mother Miranda bought me 5 peoples from the village, just like I asked it. That's literally what it says. That's not me. I made them sleep with some liquid, and then I put catio in their tummies. I am looking forward to the catio to grow in their tummies. October 2nd, a cloudy day. 4 of the people from the village are dead this morning. 1 is almost a lichen. I sent it to my lab on the mountain. I failed again. Mother wants strong vessels, but I cannot get any. I still need more people from the village. Mother Miranda gave me a rose jar. No one likes me, which is why I thought they would leave me out again. But Heisenberg said that was why we get a rose. The ceremony cannot happen without us there. All there. Mother didn't seem to care though. Mother said Rose is a vessel. With a vessel, Mother can get her real child back, even though she has been dead for a very long time. It's actually a very important document, a very important part of the document as well. It's confirmation that Mother Miranda had a child who has been dead a long time, and she feels that Rose will be the vessel so she can get her real child back. It's obviously connected to the mold, it's obviously connected to the mutagen, it's obviously connected to the fungus. But if Mother does, then what will happen to me? I'm not her real child. Would she abandon me? No, I don't want that. No, multiply by a million. Mother Miranda gave me a mountain. That's nice of her. Here's a mountain. Have fun. Now I can do lots and lots of cardio experiments. This is my secret special laboratory. Who's this guy? Dexter? Dexter's laboratory, is it? I did 3 cardio experiments today, but they all went pop and made a mess. I put in the cardio and then I tried putting wolf blood from a needle into the spine. I called it. I literally called it. I said that is how the science of Resident Evil would explain, creatures that resembled werewolves. There is no werewolves in the village. He basically used the blood of a wolf, combined it with the cardio, and that's why you see wolf-like creatures in the village. The person wiggled a lot and then killed my assistant. I could not hold it down, so I put it in a cage, but now I have to feed it. The analyst results. DNA sequencing complete. 99.95% match to the Dulvi Munomycete, which is basically the mold fungus. The deviant of 0.05% can presumably be attributed to artificial changes by humans, which means this is probably the source. Further investigation into how the connections managed to find and extract the mold is needed. So the connections found the mold here. The fungal colony is spread out under the entire village. When you take the Baker incident into account, the hosts of the Munomycete are part of a network of consciousness. If that network is linked to here, then we could assume this organism here is data storage. data is Miranda after? Possibly data of her child who was infected by the immunomycete. Experiment notes. Cardio implantation notes. Subject 174 to 181. Subject 174. Mia M. Characteristics 21, male, a silversmith, scars from pneumonia. Results lower affinity. Cardio failed to grow, so body transformation, drop in cognition, another lichen. So when it fails, you become a lichen. Sent to pasture. Subject 177, Bernadette B. Characteristics 21, female, no occupation, no history of illness. Result, death. Experiment notes as well gets interesting. Subject 181, Athena D. Lady Demetrisk. Characteristics 44, female, noble descendant, not from the village, hereditary blood disease. Results very high affinity, no loss of cognition, virtually able to control body transformation, applied cognition, control procedure sent for observation. Development note 1, mechanical soldier, soldat, version 1, fully grown male corpse used. Removed heart and implanted cardio. Muscle stimulation via electric shock was successful. Brain dead, so high cognitive ability. Only moves by destructive instinct, then stops. Version 1.1. Attached headgear to the cranium. Electrodes confirm stable brainwaves. Experiment 1. Lichen fight was dismantled and eaten within 3 minutes. Issues with destructive and murderous capabilities. Mechanical soldier, version 1.10. Replace the lower part of arm with drill. Not enough output for effective movement. Need live bodies perhaps. Mechanical soldier, soldier 1.15. Implanted cardio reactor into the chest. Output greatly increased. Experiment 2, lichen fight. Destroyed 3 lichens in 1 minute. Good results, but issues with reactor durability. May stop functioning if the reactor is destroyed. Soldat jet. Attached a jetpack and head stabilizers to a soldat. Greatly improves mobility. Experiments prove limited flight capabilities. No long distance flights, but now possible to navigate rugged terrain. Soldat Panzer. Attached aluminium alloy shielding to a soldat to protect chest, reactor and exposed flesh. Experimentation proves he is invincible against regular firearms. Armor doesn't hold up against strong blasts, like a pipe bomb, which I used. Further development needed. And that is every document that I have collected, anyway, at least, in Resident Evil Village. I'm sure I've left behind some documents, which I'm sure I will find in a second or a third playthrough. And hopefully I'll be able to read them out to you. Yeah, so that's every document I've collected so far, just to keep you up to date. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more documents to be found between now and the end of the game, which I will read. So that is it. It's interesting there is kind of like piecing together how Daniela, Bella, and Cassandra ended up in the castle, ended up being Lady Demetrisk's daughters, and how they basically got like infected. So I found that really interesting. And it was, again, my good buddy Damien pointed that actually out very early on in my live streams. So I found that very interesting. So that will do it for the live stream. I just wanted to do this live stream just to kind of, for myself and just for the sake of sharing these documents, because I always do this when I get towards the end of a Resident Evil game. I always go back over the documents. I didn't want to be reading too many documents, so I didn't want to wait till the very end of the game to do all this. So yeah, I just wanted to do this live stream. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later on tonight for part 14 of Resident Evil Village gameplay. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.